Well, hello and welcome back to our fourth and final Socialite session for today. I am the host, Miss Tambria Hargrove. I am the executive director and founder of Miss Socialite Initiatives. And today we're going to talk about the benefits of going from business major to working in your major. And I'm going to have Abria join us on to help us assist us with that topic shortly. Hi,
Hi,
nice to meet you.
it's nice to meet you too.
Okay, I was just telling everybody today we're going to be talking about the benefits of going from business major to working in your major. And
Mhm.
so basically with me, I wanted to talk about this as because I initially started as a business major at Columbia College, but I kind of transitioned into another transition into communication. But I'm definitely interested in hearing what you have to say in regards to be transitioning from business major to becoming an entrepreneur and a TikTok influencer.
Right. Yeah.
So we're going to just kick it off, and I just want you to just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I am a 2020 graduate of Columbia College. I majored in business administration with a minor in leadership. I am currently a head JV basketball coach at Blackwood High School, and I also assist with the varsity team. I'm an author. I wrote a book with my father called Father Daughter Goals. And in that book, we shared, our trials and tribulations of what it took for us to become our most authentic version of what Father Daughter Goals means, and in hopes of just shedding light and inspiring other fathers and daughter relationships to become their most authentic version of Father Daughter Goals. As you mentioned, I am a TikTok creator, influencer, if that's what you want to call it. I almost have 200,000 followers on there, and my content mostly consists of doing impersonation videos because I do aspire to be an actress one day. And I'm an entrepreneur. I did do logo designing for a while. I kind of took a break from that because I got busy with doing other stuff. But yeah, that's a little bit about me.
So, how do you pronounce your first name?
Abria.
Abria. Okay, because I'm
Mhm.
Tambria, so it's like
Okay.
the same syllables, but
Right.
not. So, what was
Right.
your? Do you recall your experience as a business major?
I would say being a business major was honestly a roller coaster ride. Like my freshman year was like when you're going up and you're the excitement of it, and
You're
then
just happy
like
to be there.
right, you're happy to be there, kind of smooth sailing. You're kind of figuring everything out. You're not really in too many of your major courses yet, so it was pretty much a smooth ride. Sophomore year was like kind of when you starting to hit the top. It's like, okay, you're getting into a couple more of your major classes, but nothing too crazy yet. Junior year, that was like a woo, all right, we're really getting into it. Cause I want to say my junior year, well, my senior year was actually equally pretty hard too, but my junior year, that was when I had all of my business classes. And then my senior year, that was when I added my minor because I was done with all of my major work. So I had to add a minor to get the rest of my hours. So that was a pretty hectic experience. And then also with my senior year, it ended kind of crazy because of COVID. So that also made my experience kind of interesting because I'm the type of person where I have to be in a classroom to be able to fully function, focus, all
Right.
of that. So it was like to have to transition to being completely virtual. It definitely was a test of willing to just see it through to the finish line.
Yeah. So,
Mhm.
when you were in school,
Mhm.
what do you feel like the courses that helped you the most when it came to entrepreneurship and just managing business as a whole?
I would say,
Or what focus? Because a lot of people when they think
mhm,
about entrepreneurship, it's just
right,
like they just say I want to go to school major in business. And then
right,
you ask them why, they say entrepreneurship. That was a
right,
big thing. Like everybody wanted to
right,
go to school because of entrepreneurship, but you don't
right,
really have to. But a lot of them choose to. And
right.
so, what do you feel the courses that helped you the most when it came to managing your business?
So when I actually went to school and I chose my major, my father had a huge playing in why I chose the major that I chose. In high school, I didn't really take it as I was like a average student. Like I did, the bare minimum, but still making, good grades, AB honor roll here and there. But I knew that I wanted to go to college. I just didn't exactly have a idea
Yeah.
of what I wanted to do. So, like my dad was like, you should major in business. It's broad. You can do a lot of things with a business major. You can learn a lot with a business major. So he was like, I think that would be a great avenue for you. So I was like, oh, all right. My dad typically doesn't lead me astray. So I'm like, oh, we'll go with it. We'll see. We'll rock it
I
out.
love it.
But I would definitely say entrepreneurship, of course, was my favorite class. I want to say I didn't take that class until my senior year. And I would say entrepreneurship, I definitely enjoyed intro to hospitality and tourism. I'm not exactly sure why I like that class, but for some reason I really found interest in that class. I don't know if it was because the professor that I had, she was
Right.
also my advisor. So I had already built that, relationship with her,
Rapport.
and she was
Yeah.
really good. Right. She was really good at what she did. So I think that had played a part. I would say marketing, of course. I definitely love the marketing course. Business law and ethics, that was also a really good class to know. If you want to go into business, you definitely need to know what to do, what not to do, all of the laws and regulations and different things that you need to know pertaining to business. So that was definitely a couple courses I can think of. Honestly, college is such a blur, and it was only like 2 years
Exactly.
ago,
So
but it'd be so hard to think about it.
so were there any so a lot of the people in that a lot of young women who are in this program are mainly like high school students. So were there any courses that kind of prepped you for college and majoring in business, or was it just like, girl, you're out here on your own?
Right. It was, I mean, in a sense, it kind of was like that because, like I said, in high school, I didn't really have much direction of what I wanted to do. So, of course, I wasn't exactly taking courses to prepare me for college. And then college is just a whole different level
Whole different.
than
Yeah.
high school anyway. Because I'm taking English classes, and English was where I really excelled because I love English. So, got to college, took my first, and I was like, wow, my grammatical, everything just needed so much work. Like my freshman year, my first semester, my English teacher had me like, wow, do I even know how to write? Do I know how to, like, she really, like, she faithfully marked my paper out, but I definitely appreciate her for that. So I would say it just depends. If you have a direction of what you want to do, it's definitely more helpful versus in my situation where I didn't really know what I wanted to do. So yeah, I would definitely say
I
that.
think my thing was when I was in high school, I was trying to get the credit, like in those
Right,
honors AP
right,
classes, trying to get that credit, and then it's like, oh, I don't get the credit. All right, so I got to go do this again. Okay,
right,
but it's like, okay, and I feel that in high school you should just do what you want to do. If you want to be in the class,
right,
be in the class. If you don't, please don't stress yourself out, because
right,
it seemed like when I went to college, it was like a whole lot easier than what the AP and the honors was.
right, right. Yeah,
Yeah,
I definitely agree with that.
that was a lot. So,
Hmm.
did you go to a business camp or anything, or was there any camps that you can recommend, or do you know of any?
I actually didn't go to any business camps. I have heard of Columbia Urban League. They do have like different kind of empowerment programs
Mm-hmm.
such as I think they have like a quality of life, and then they have like an economic empowerment program that kind of deals more with like business and
Business.
entrepreneurship. So I definitely say Columbia Urban League is definitely one I know for sure. This baby is so adorable and just staring me in my face. But yeah, that's really the only one I can think of.
So, I know you said that you are currently a TikTok influencer. So, how important is social media and content creation when it comes to entrepreneurship? Because I know it's a
Very
lot. Every
important.
business right now I
Right.
know has an Instagram.
Very important. Especially when it comes to entrepreneurship, because word of mouth is the best way of like getting your business out there. Like if you are really good at what you do, people are going to talk about it. If you're really bad at what you do, people are going to talk about it. So I feel like social media is very important because um I mean, honestly, we live in a society, we live in a generation where social media is it right now. So depending upon
Yes.
what your business is very beneficial to use social media.
Yeah. So right now I also notice with this generation is that a lot of them are deciding to have businesses before they even go into college. So
Right.
do you have any advice for those particular upcoming age of students who are trying to manage a business and then trying to attend college in the spring? Do you feel like they should wait, or do you feel like, how do you feel about that?
I would say, if honestly, being an entrepreneur, you really have to have a lot of patience. And because what comes with that is everything is not going to always going to go your way. There's a lot of up and downs with entrepreneurship. Like, that's the reality of it. Sometimes your business is doing really well, and then sometimes your business is not doing well at all. And you have to be able to figure out why what's happening is happening and be able to move forward in that. But being an entrepreneur, honestly, it takes a lot of time. So it's like, honestly, if you don't have good time management, if you don't exactly have, an idea of what it is you're trying to do, I would say not try to have a business while you're in school, because college is already a lot by itself, and then you trying to be an entrepreneur and own your own business on top of that could be difficult, especially if you don't really have at least a general idea about business. Then you could potentially get yourself in some legal situations that you may not know about. So I would say it's just a matter of, if you're going to do it, make sure, like, at least you do research to know what you're doing and know what you can't do. And just be mindful of time management, because being an entrepreneur is time consuming. Like, that's your life, basically.
Exactly, because there was a status that said a lot of people like 9 to 5 is 9 to 5. Entrepreneurship
Right.
is like 24 hours.
24 hours a day,
It's 24
literally.
hours.
24 hours a day.
So did you take any internships while you were in a business major, or
I took one internship at the Girl Scouts of South Carolina Mountains to Midlands building. I was a program intern there, so I was helping assist them with getting programs together, um, drafting ideas. I'm like, what is the word I'm looking for in my head? Drafting of potential programs, and then getting the girls to register and sign up for stuff like that. I was supposed to actually host my own program, but of course, because of COVID, that ended up messing that up. So I didn't get to do that. Um,
you
I
sound like
was
you were a program manager or a program
mhm,
coordinator?
kind of, yeah, program intern in a sense. Yeah, just helping
Yeah,
them kind of think of ideas to get programs to get girls to come into the building,
yeah.
because they had literally just built that building and had gotten it open and up and running. So they were trying to get girls in the building, of course. So yeah, that was the only internship that I did.
So what would be the ideal internship that you think an entrepreneur or up and coming entrepreneur should have? Should they start off with the startup, or should they work with the fully established company?
Hmm. That's a tough one. I mean,
Not thinking on behalf of the
right,
entrepreneur, but thinking on behalf of
right.
the student.
Right. I would probably say then, more of like one maybe that's just starting up, because it'll give you the reality of what entrepreneurship really takes and what it is to like start your own business. Because if it's a startup, that means they're still new, they're still figuring things out, they're still learning how to get people in place, get people on their team, they're still dealing with, possibly legal stuff. So I would say that's the best way to really get hands-on insight experience into what entrepreneurship really is, instead of kind of going to one that's like fully established, they got everything already
Yeah, because
together. So you
they're
see the
probably not
glitz.
even interested in changing at
Right,
all.
right. You see the
Yeah.
glitz and the glam of it, and you're gonna think it's that easy when it's really not that easy. So yeah, probably a startup would be better for someone looking to intern.
So, what is your overall advice from all the experience that you've had with starting school and working and interning, and then later doing your own business, and then becoming who you are today? What is your overall advice that you provide someone who hasn't even graduated high school yet and is
Right.
interested in entrepreneurship?
Um, I would say in the process, it's It's a lot of things that's running through my head right now. I would honestly, though, the biggest thing in entrepreneurship and in life, and when you're trying to figure out what it is that you want to do or what lane you want to take, I would just say always be true to yourself. Always be you. Like there's so many things of other people trying to do the same thing or, replicate what other people are doing. But the biggest thing and really how you end up setting yourself apart and how you end up standing out and how your business grows and blah, blah, blah is being true to yourself and just being patient. Like entrepreneurship is not going to happen overnight. So if you really want to be an entrepreneur, if you really want to own your own business, you're going to have to understand that you're going to have to be patient. It's really going to take time to get to the big goal, the big dream that you probably see in your head. Is going to take some time to get there. So just honestly being patient and just staying true to who you are, staying true to your craft and not giving up is the biggest advice I would give to someone who is looking to be an entrepreneur.
That is so true, because there's been so many times where things get stressful and you just want to quit. You honestly just want to quit. You want to stop. It's like, oh God, it's just like, I don't know what's happening right now, but
exactly.
I'm tired.
Too hard. I'm tired. I don't want to do it no more. Yeah, if you got the passion for it, if it's something that you really love to do, you'll muster up that motivation to.
And it's always a spark. It's like one little spark to get you started. Like, okay, it's time to get back started. I'm ready.
Exactly, because you'll see something, you'll see somebody, and you like, okay, let me get my life together. Let me get back on my grind. Let me stop playing. Like you got to be dedicated to it. Dedication, entrepreneurship. Yep.
That is very true. And I want to thank you so much for joining this live on today. You gave so many gems, and I hope someone that's watching this is inspired. And are you interested in mentorship? Would you be interested in speaking with someone outside of this or?
Absolutely. You know what's crazy? I'm a dreamer, but I'm also a very realistic individual. So when I have an idea about something, I'm the type of person where if it pops up in my head and I'm like, ooh, that really sounds good, I jump on it. I'd be like, yeah, I can't wait. It's
We're the same. We're the same.
Right. I feel it. So I actually had the idea of starting my own mentoring program because I can't remember what happened. I think I was about to graduate or something, and my dad went Instagram live. He's like, "Oh, Bree's about to graduate, blah, 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 blah." So I was talking about that, and I guess a mother had DM'd him like, "I wish I had a mentor like your daughter." Light bulb. I should start my own mentoring program. But the thing with that is trying to get a mentor, and that's what I'm saying. When you get into business and you really learn what it takes to get something like a mentoring program is something very time consuming, difficult, but doable to do because you got to get people in place. You got to get your management in place. You got to then try to find kids, get the website. So I was getting all of those pieces and parts together, but of course I had so much.
You had to put it on the back burner.
I had to put it on the back burner at the point in time, but I'd say give it about a couple years. I'm definitely going to bring it back. But yes, I'm always interested in mentoring, of course.
Yeah. So like if anybody's on here, they just looking for advice on just I guess that's basically life coaching, honestly, career, whatever. Along the lines in entrepreneurship, whatever, what have you. If anybody has advice, do you have like an email or would you want them to reach out to you via your Instagram or your TikTok?
I mean, you can anywhere. You can reach out to me on my Instagram, Facebook, email me. My email is my first name dot last name @gmail.com. And then on my other platforms, it's Aubriacion.
Well, I do want to thank you so much for talking with us on today. And I wish you well on your future endeavors and on your mentorship program. And this concludes for Socialite Sessions for this Saturday.
Thank you so much for having me. You're welcome.